Did you guys get a chance to see Gilbert Arenas' interview with Trey Young?
I did not.
I didn't
What?
see.
Oh,
What was it? I mean, I caught a piece of it on in a reel or something like that.
well, he was talking a lot. It was a pretty good interview. You know, Trey Young had expressed a couple things, but one thing that came to mind that I wanted to talk about was the way Gilbert Arenas had blasted Team USA
Mm.
in this interview because Trey Young said how he wanted to play for the USA team, but
Oh,
he understands that it's not really in his control. But Gilbert Arenas had this to say about this year's Team USA roster. He said, "You see that list that Steve Kerr got? It's a sorry ass group. Some of them probably don't even start on their team. It's embarrassing when you have star players that do want to participate."
Arenas just he may be out of bounds a little bit. That's just the people to secure the automatic bid into the Olympics. That's not the Olympic squad. So still, there's an opportunity for everyone else to get in. So he might be a little presumptuous saying this is just a squad that you send in. It's just the soldiers you send in. That's the ground troops. They even pulled the Air Force and everybody. That's just the ground troops. That's secure to secure the perimeter, and then the general and the rest of them come through. In my opinion, that's what I thought.
Hank, I got a question about this though, bro. A different type of question for you. You know, when you look at the dream team, when you look at the redeem team, we had the superstars rather of our league playing international basketball. Why do you think the superstars of the game has kind of pushed away from Olympic play, in your opinion? Because we're not seeing the big names really in uniform at currently.
um, especially back then, man, it was a lot more pride of going out there and representing your country, especially the original Dream Team.
Right.
Remember, they were going to college. You know, Michael played in the Olympics when he was in college, or what was it, last year or something? There's more pride to play for the country. Now it's not. Those guys are getting paid a lot of money, and they don't want the injuries. They want to enjoy their summer, you know, festivities, and that's the main reason you're not seeing a lot of those guys, really participating in the Olympics. But I do believe there's some that still do want to do it, but I don't believe it's to the percentage that you can go call Magic like, hey Magic, come play USA. All right, cool. Michael only reason for not going was Zeke. You know what I'm saying? But beyond
Right.
that, he was willing to play. These guys,
But you
they
don't
just
think
don't
we'll
do
see we won't see the likes of a LeBron and a KD and Kawhi playing USA basketball anymore.
it. Even them, they're a different breed. They learned from Jordan and them. Now, honestly, they probably learned from the contracts they got to kind of protect themselves and protect their brands. That's why they're not doing slam dunk contests and things of that nature. You know,
Right. Right.
but
I agree.
they, I believe there will be some, like right now. What is it, Zion and Ja got their issues. That may be a reason why they're not on this roster. They, obviously they're very young and they're great, but there's going to be a lot of pushback because of those contracts, and people want to, just enjoy the fruits of their labor.
Are you in agreement with Gilbert Arenas' comments though? Do you feel like Gilbert was out of bounds with his opinion on this actual roster that's constructed at this point?
Yeah, he tripping. Yeah, they got some good guys over there. I understand when you read that list. There's some guys on there that don't start, but they glue guys, and you need glue guys on your team. Well, like a Portis. Portis is a glue guy.
Right.
Who was, I forgot, on the last team that just won. They had a couple glue guys on the Olympic team with KD and they won the medal with Booker and all them. There was a couple glue
Yep.
guys on there as well. But you need those guys on your team. But no, well, Banchero, he a stud, man, in Orlando. I don't know if
Yep.
y'all watched him this past season. He's a star in the making.
I definitely followed
And
his rookie season.
yeah, he's good. They got some good stars on there, and they're young. If you look at that roster, they're all pretty young. Besides, a couple guys, and they're trying to build for the future with the new coach. I believe Kerr, isn't this his first time on this
Yep.
roster by himself?
Yep.
Yeah, they're trying to build a new foundation. Guys that want to play going to come, and they're going to show up. Like we just saying, guys are gonna be like, "No, I'm not going to come this year." Those guys, like Jalen Brunson, he seemed like he want to hoop. Josh Hart. Those guys will show up every time they call for it. They play to represent the country.
Right. I think two things can be true. I think for sure, when you're talking about the Olympic team, I think you're absolutely right. Giving these guys an opportunity, I think they can perform. Who knows how well they'll perform at the end of the day? But realistically, you don't want the country to be embarrassed going out, crazy like that. So even though, I definitely agree with you that the guys that they do have now on the roster, they can play. They might not be the faces of the NBA. They can play. You don't want to get embarrassed though, because these guys that's playing internationally, their games have stepped up
Oh yeah,
tremendously. That's why a lot of these, European and international players are at the front of the line when we having these NBA conversations about MVP and things of that nature. Look who's just won the Finals MVP and won a NBA title in Nikola Jokic. So I think the Team USA. I just hope they know what they're doing. I feel like Gilbert does have a valid point because you don't want to be embarrassed, but I wouldn't call those guys trash because, like you said, some of those guys are glue guys and they make their impact relevant on their team night in and night out. BA, what's up, my G? BA in the building. I think he muted right now. BA, when he come back, we'll definitely get his thoughts and opinions on this. But yeah, man, I was just that came across my radar earlier about Gilbert Arenas blasting the Team USA roster, saying it was basically trash. Um, I just don't want them guys to get embarrassed. So hopefully they know what they're doing and they get it right at the end of the day.
So, do y'all not think that they're able to get the complete the assignment to get to finish up in the World Cup?
I doubt it, bro. I don't like. I
Wow,
respect the team, but I
okay.
don't like the team, bro. Like, who's the go-to guy at the end of the day? Like, who can you really
Anthony
depend on
Edwards.
and rely on when you're dealing with all these guys that don't really play with each other?
Okay, I was about to say
You
Anthony
know,
Edwards. Oh, he would be my first.
man.
BA, salute my G.
Salute. My bad, fellas. I'm in here now.
What's up,
We
man?
got my dog BA in the building. BA, we were talking about Gilbert Arenas blasting or calling out Team USA, their roster, basically saying that they were trash. And I ran down some of the names that were currently on the roster. We got Jalen Brunson, Anthony Edwards, Tyrese Halliburton, Austin Reeves, Brandon Ingram, Josh Hart, Mikal Bridges, Paolo Banchero, Jaren Jackson Jr., Cam Johnson, Walker Kessler, and Bobby Portis. And Gilbert was doing this interview with Trae Young, and Trae Young was voicing his desire to play for Team USA. And Gilbert was basically just saying that this roster is trash, and it's embarrassing when you got star players that do want to participate, but they figure out other ways to get guys involved. What's your thoughts on this team, and do you feel like Gilbert was out of pocket?
I mean, no, I actually agree with him. We're used to seeing some type of star or a few stars on a USA team, but this is not. This is not for the actual Olympics, right? Correct. This is just like a select team.
The World Cup.
I think so.
World Cup. So I can kind of see if it's for a world. If it's for like the cup, then I can see the roster being the way that it is. But still, we always got to have at least one or two superstars because with this squad, they're a good team, but they can lose though.
Yes.
You see holes all in that roster, and that's why I don't knock what he says about the squad.
And it has happened before. USA has lost in international basketball, but I just don't think as a country, as a brand, we can't afford to take no L's right now.
At all.
Not at all. You know what I'm saying? Like we already looking weak to a lot of people. So
You say we looking sweet.
yeah, we looking weak and sweet, man. Like we gotta hold it down.
Canada, then was like, oh yeah, that's lunch meat over there.